mouth wide to inhale the food.
Who's gonna be the one to smack it out of my mouth?
And you see Mar chewing on the table leg. You grab the savage Mar and hug him close, rubbing his back. You'll get a tummy ache if you eat that, you tell him, both of you slowly coming to your senses. It appears the story has hit a standstill until you find the missing Mr. Flobby. You need to hear the whole story from the young girl.
Your choices matter. Let's talk to Mr. Flobby's friend.
The girl sobs, wailing about the missing Mr. Flobby.
Okay, ma'am, calm down.
Melanie places her hand atop the girl's head and promises that your party will find her companion.
We didn't even get to activate the Kirby.
The girl then hands something to Melanie. It looks like the muddy handkerchief she used to wipe Mr. Flobby.
Don't like that. I don't want that.
She asks Melanie to wipe Mr. Flobby with it after you find him. The girl claims to have searched the village but cannot find her friend anywhere. Regardless, looking aimlessly outside the village would be a waste of time. You decide to collect more information in the village.
I don't want that handkerchief, though. And I don't want to clean your slime ass. Legend of Dragon. Picture books are for kids.
Interest in children's picture books. You continue on your way.
I've already read it, is the problem. Ah, perfect. Let's talk to the town gossip and closet racist.
She says she saw a suspicious man in black with a slime outside the village not long ago.
Right.
She claims they went northwest together. Did that man take Mr. Flobby? You resolve to leave the village in search of the pair.
I'm just picturing the scene where this woman walks up to the man in black and is like, "Are you supposed to be here right now? I don't think you're supposed to be here. I'm calling the police." Let's leave the area. So here? It's probably here. Go to village, discover conflict in village, go to dungeon
Though a torch is
area.
not strictly necessary, it would certainly help you find your way through the dimly lit shrine. Your footing is obscured in the dimness of the shrine. You should probably proceed with caution.
Barge on ahead!
Moving forward, you slip and fall flat on your face.
We can tank it! That ain't
As
shit!
you sit up, you realize your clothing is covered in something wet and sticky. You take a good look at the floor and see it lined in trails of viscous liquid. No doubt a slime or 200 have passed through here.
Yeah, see? Net positive. We made the right decision. I'll ignore that. Okay.
It looks like poor Mr. Flobby is being held captive by the mystery man.
Looks like our new party member.
Hand over that slime, you shout to the man in the dark. You speak as if I kidnapped him, he remarks, curtly turning to face you. When your eyes finally adjust to the surrounding darkness, You realize the man's clothes look eerily similar to Melanie's.
Yeah, you right.
Melanie's mouth falls open in surprise.
Brother? Senpai?
It seems the man has noticed Melanie as well. It looks like the two know each other.
What are you supposed to... These are both stupid answers! What do you suppose their relationship is? It's like... This is the small brain answer, and this is the brain off answer. Oh, shit. They're wearing matching outfits! Let's see if he can draw a connection from there.
The man says that he and Melanie came from the same village, where this was their native dress. The man's revelation makes you realize that you know almost nothing about Melanie's past.
I mean... Let's not presume. Let's just ask about the hometown. What's up with the hometown?
You ask Melanie about her hometown, but she holds her tongue. Then the man speaks. With forbidden magic, our clan has ensured the dragon, he begins, when Melanie cuts in.
Uh-huh. I'm listening. I'm getting more detail than I expected.
She rattles on about the man, telling you that he is Vince, a lunatic obsessed with the dragon.
Oh, I thought that was the way that... Okay, I thought that was how he was introducing himself. And I was like, wait. If he's calling himself a lunatic, that's a weird level of self-awareness, but inability to do anything about it.
Vince resentfully claims that he is searching for the noble dragon to protect it.
Okay. I know very little about the nature of this, so explain your reasoning. Why would we protect the dragon? For that matter, why would we destroy it? Like, what are the pros and cons of these options?
You ran away from home with your tail between your legs, he ridicules. Enraged, Melanie lunges at Vince.
That seems ill-advised.
You have so many questions, but realize that the most pressing matter is getting Mr. Flobby back. So you ready for battle?
I don't necessarily think that Mr. Flobby is, in fact, the most pressing matter at hand. In the grand scheme of things.
Won't go down easy.
Oh. Yes, he will. I feel like paralysis and poison are probably not gonna work, but we'll try it. Well, definitely won't work that way. Sure, why not? Excellent. All that time in town and didn't bother to heal up once. Eh, it's fine. Oh, shh. Ow. Let's see about paralysis. No? Okay. That's fine. Freeze? Does this work? Well, not with a 1.
fight, Vince asks, "Do you know the truth about that village?"
I don't even know what the village is called. I don't know shit about anything.
The headman may look like a nice old man, but he keeps those
Oh, that
little
village.
monsters around too. He begins, but before he can finish, Winifred, Hedwyn, and Berwyn of the Ivory Order appear.
Why? Are they also after Mr. Flobby?
The three brush you aside, fixing their attention on Vince. "So you are the one who disturbs the peace," they exclaim, then charge at him. The Ivory Order and that false justice they serve are the true evil here. He retaliates, fighting back.
Hold on! Vince might be onto something. Vince looks like he wants to say something, but may not live long enough to do it. Ooh, I like that. That's also nice, I guess. Those are all nice.
Seeing the two parties occupied with each other, you realize this is your chance to grab Mr. Flobby.
But what?
Vince is on equal footing with the three from the Order. You realize then that he wasn't fighting in earnest against you earlier. Engrossed in their battle, the combatants pay you no mind.
I guess.
Perhaps wary of humans, Mr. Flobby dashes out when you draw near.
He doesn't want to go back! Don't make him go back! No! Let Mr. Flobby be free!
When you reach out to grab Mr. Flobby, he suddenly attacks. Lower Mr. Flobby's stamina to calm him down.
Ominous slime is ominous. This feels bad.
Exhausted from the fight, the raging Mr. Flobby finally stops attacking.
This sounds like an important time for just talk.
But it seems he hasn't yet come to his senses. He glares warily at your party. Find something to help return Mr. Flobby to normal.
That'll do it. Here is a handkerchief. Is this good? Do you like that?
You wipe Mr. Flobby's mouth with the handkerchief.
Or
you
something.
from the girl.
Mouth or whatever.
Then you hear a quiet voice speak. "That's not my mouth," Mr. Flobby murmurs bashfully. It looks like the girl's familiar scent on the handkerchief returned him to normal. Having regained his senses, Mr. Flobby heads back to the village. You place the increasingly sticky handkerchief in your bag.
Just buy a new handkerchief. At this point, Like, it's over. Throw that thing into the sea.
Lappy approaches and tells you that Mr. Flobby has returned.
Okay. Someone's gonna have to tell me if the village elder is fucking the slimes.
Mr. Flobby is finally back home. I'm happy for you, Melanie says with a smile as she returns the handkerchief. The girl bows her head and thanks you deeply. Mr. Flobby looks as slimy as ever. You just hope it's a happy slime.
I don't know what that means.
The headman wants us to bring Mr. Flobby to him. Would you mind, you ask? Of course not. But bring him back soon, she answers with a bright smile.
Okay, that's... Is Mr. Flobby a character or a monster in this case? Evidently still a monster. Mr. Flobby, it's everyone's favorite villager-friendly villager slime, Mr. Flobby. You can find him playing house or racing against a girl into the village, get his bestest friend forever. Mr. Flobby comes from a real big family. There's his sister Plobby, his brother Blebby, and his nephew Booby. They're all dead. Sick. Actually, you know what? I haven't saved today. It might be a good time for that. This feels like a horrifying revelation into boss fight. Oh. You know what, Taronin? That's why we weren't allowed to eat the feast. The feast is monsters. That's where all the food... Yep, okay.
I am so happy to see you safe and sound, the headman exclaims, giving Mr. Flobby a hug. You explain everything that happened, including the incident with Vince and the Ivory Order. He expresses his relief that the Order will be taking care of the criminal. He then thanks you for your hard work and instructs his stewardess to prepare dinner for your party. You can feel your collective mouths watering at the sight of the lavish meal before you.
Let's dig in. Look at this feast. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look closely.
You, Mar, and Ridis immediately dig in. You aren't sure where you find a moment to breathe among all the feasting.
Well, that's not what I said at all.
Please, eat to your heart's content, the headman insists with a smile. Once your belly is full, you realize that Mr. Flobby is gone. And then... Room for dessert? The headman asks, offering you a plate of slimy jelly. You feel your stomach churning at the very sight of it. The color strikes you as familiar, and the stickiness sends a shiver down your spine.
Less thinking, more eating. Let's draw a line here.
Is this Mr. Flobby? You ask the headman, your voice trembling in disbelief. The headman looks at you with a plain expression, one that holds no malice. Is that a problem? He questions back. This dish is a masterpiece, he remarks with a light-hearted chuckle as he gazes at the jelly. And I have you brave heroes to thank for it. Had you not brought that slime back, we would not be able to enjoy this exquisite dessert.
Ow! 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 Like... God, like... There are very few things that hurt worse in a story-driven game than being wholeheartedly thanked for doing a bad thing. It's time to go! We're going to go now. It's...
You move to leave, but the headman stops you. I try to get my meat while it's still young and tender, but at least your pet is very plump, he remarks, licking his lips.
Okay, so we're just going full Inscription now.
He points at Mar and asks, would you consider leaving that creature here with me?
I would not How much you offering? Listen. Okay, let's talk for a second. I know that, like, I had salmon for dinner, right? There's a level of hypocrisy in being like, oh no, how could you eat that? How could you eat that poor creature? It was so cute and I got emotionally attached to it. And it's like, yeah, well, you don't get emotionally attached to the things at the factory farms and the slaughterhouses that you eat all the time. It's just like, and there are people who can make that distinction to be like, this isn't any different than that. And I understand that point of view. However, if it's your pet, then you can make that decision if that's what you want to do. But I feel like it gets different once you give them a name. You give them a name, and like they have to just live a life then. You can milk them, you can collect eggs, you can do whatever other stuff, shave their wool, whatever products they're going to produce for you, they can produce. That's fine. But like once you name them and keep them in your house, you don't just decide that they're bacon one day. Like, salmon also isn't sapient. That's correct. Yeah. That, I mean... Sarah, you're really like undercutting my point here. But yeah, like, again, that brings us back also to, like, Mr. Flobby was a slime that was able to actually intelligently communicate and have sapient thought. And now it's just like, look, it's jelly. I almost just want to see how this is going to loop us back around, but Mar doesn't deserve that.
Never, you refuse flatly, not bothering to hide your discomfort.
That's the correct answer.
Think about it, he entreats. And then you grab the headman by his lapels, hands trembling in fury.
Oh, okay, we're...
And fight.
Oh, he's... Oh, we're just doing this. Unnecessary levels of overkill and fury. We knock the headman unconscious and rob him.
You pummel the headman with all your might. Curled up on the ground, the headman groans in pain, but insists that monsters were meant to be eaten.
Hit him again. The beatings will continue until morale improves.
You hug Mar tightly, reassuring him that you will not hand him over to anyone. Mar looks at you with his round eyes and mews softly. You meet eyes with the rest of your party and reach a tacit agreement. Together, you all stand and leave.
Not yet. I want to teabag him a bit.
His consciousness fading, the headman asks, "What did I do?"
Oh, man, that's really, like... That's really depressing, too.
As you are about to leave the headman's house, though,
Uh-huh.
the old man suddenly charges at you from behind.
Literally why?
But Mar, the keener of you two, is quick to block his path. With a crash, Mar and the headman tumble to the ground. From the headman's hand falls a small blade. It clatters to the ground, covered in blood. You take the injured Mar to an inn where you can watch over him.
Okay. Did I or did I not say to hit him again?
You gaze at the unconscious Mar with concern. Despite the shallow wound, no amount of medicine seems to rouse Mar from the bed. I heard that my friends were in danger, so I came as quickly as I could, Lappy says. As he reaches Mar's bedside, he leans over and licks his wound.
Is that good?
"This is what you call it extract," he shouts.
What?
He explains that it is a poison extracted from a certain monster. If it enters the body, it drastically reduces one's stamina. Hearing those words, you realize the headman's blade must have been coated in this poison. Mar's condition starts to make sense. "Isn't there anything we can do?" Melanie asks. Lappy's eyes widen in realization before he places his mouth over Mar's wound and begins sucking.
Okay, okay. Couple of things. One, that doesn't actually work. Two, to the extent that it would have to be like a long time before now, because now it's like all circulated through the bloodstream. Like that's not happening. Also, won't you die?
He then puts the whatchamacallit extract into a bottle and hands it to you.
No,
Lappy says that if you follow the road south of the village, you will reach Shoreland.
Yeah, I've been there.
He tells you to give the extract to the famous nutritionist there.
Okay. You go. No, who's got it?
Realizing that you are at fault for this, you don't hesitate to undertake the quest. But this is strange. The extract comes from a monster, so it should have no effect on one, Lappy remarks with a curious tilt of his head.
Mara's people. Oh, man. So if you weren't using Ridis before, damn it, get used to her. Well, let's read the village headman's flip side story. Though I feel like we've seen enough of it. You know what's really depressing about him? It's so unsatisfying when you run into a character like this that is doing something that is like morally reprehensible to you, but they have a totally different, like, they've got a completely different interpretation of morality. And so, like, you're angry about them for violating your moral sensibilities, but he's just like, I don't understand. Why are you so mad? And it doesn't make it okay, like what he's doing, but it does make it deeply unsatisfying to actually get the resolution. Traveling gourmand in his younger days, the headman has long been fond of monsters, so much so he founded Unionville, where humans and monsters coexist. Looks don't tell the whole story. Even the most inedible-looking things can harbor incredible flavors, the headman explains. His table filled with dishes never before seen. It does feel like there needs to be some sort of comeuppance here. There's got to be some kind of like, hang on. Hey everybody, in case you don't know, y'all are basically just farming your pets.
I thought a beast of that size would eat us out of house and home, she remarks, no doubt talking about Mar.
So I was gonna say who's gonna tell her, but
The girl sighs. You're dirty again, she says, wiping a slime's mouth. Mr. Flobby, you're alive, you exclaim in glee. This is Mr. Globby, Mr. Flobby's cousin, she tells you.
okay. And that's the end of that story. That's all we need to know about that, apparently. I'm coming back to finish the job. All right, you win this time. What the hell is, like... What is the use of this carriage shop? None of them work. A monster vanishes in the village where such creatures live together in peace with humankind. While on his trail, the proud monsters encounter a one-eyed man from her past, the proud witch. As the Ivory Order and the mysterious man cross blades, self-proclaimed heroes slink away to see the missing monster home. The hidden village's secret comes to light. It is united in name alone. Monster falls, protecting the would-be heroes from the headsman's blade. I don't like that. Knowing they must save their precious companion, the party sets out to the next town. There they meet two stalwart men who devote their lives to nutrition! All right. That seems as good a place as any to leave it this evening. I was a little early, but I'm tired today, so...